Hi, thank you very much for watching this video. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this. In this video, I'm about to share in the next few minutes my journey with weight loss, my take on eating habits, healthy eating habits, my take on food in general, how much food we require. Are we eating more? Are we eating less? Or are we eating just the right amount? And other physical exercises and activities that comes into play along with this, because it's a complete program. So to begin with, in my mind, I had this question: what is the objective? Understanding the objective myself is one thing. Sharing it with friends over a phone call is another thing. Now, sharing it on camera with quite a lot of people, because I have no control over who's going to watch it, who's going to be watching this, and I really want a lot of people to watch and benefit this. Well, that's one of my objectives. But sharing it in front of camera, I in my mind, a lot of thoughts go in my mind. Am I sounding right? So the first thing is, what made me embark on this journey? Why and what was the need for weight loss? Because my friends, my family and well-wishers always kept telling me, Shiva, you're just perfect. What is the need to lose weight? You don't have to lose weight at all. Why are you fretting over this? So that was playing in the back of my mind. At one point I was convinced that I was just perfect and I don't need to lose any weight. Now, in case you're wondering if I was obese or if I had any medical condition when I started this program, well, none of that. I never had any of that. I was never obese, but I knew that I could definitely shed off a few pounds and be benefited. And the other thing is, I want to be really flexible and fit. And now at this point, I have to give you a little bit of background of who I am, because context setting always helps us understand the story better, isn't it? I'm sure you're all with me so far, yeah? So to set the context, me as a person, I always love to be energetic. I won't call myself a lazy person. I'm not saying this because I'm in front of the camera. I'm sure my friends and family can vouch for it. I try to exercise at least 4 to 5 times a week. I get 4 times most of the time. And I used to do aerobics for almost 10-12 years, but it didn't really help me. It just helped me in terms of, mentally, psychologically. I thought like, oh, I'm going to have 1 hour of exercise every day. I like to go there and jump in the gym, meet other friends. And it was like socializing. It became part of my daily routine, so I always looked forward to that. But it didn't really help me. I tried, hiring a trainer and working out in the gym. I tried lifting weights. I even tried kickboxing. I used to play baddie. So I did all of this, but now I have shelved it all. I'm not doing any of that. I'm just focusing on an hour of yoga every day. And this is mainly for flexibility of my body. I do a little bit of meditation, and if there is a choice when I go to meetings or when I go to any public places, if there is a choice as to whether I can take the lift or the stairs, I always choose the stairs. Now, if you're all thinking like, what happens when you wear heels and go to a meeting? Then I just quickly take my heels off and I start climbing the steps. I take it as a challenge, and even in my own home, I go up and down at least 30-40 times, no less than that. I eat a reasonable amount of food. I'm not a foodie, so I don't like completely pig out, but at the same time I don't eat less. I eat moderate amounts of food, and I eat like twice a day and 1 snack a day, twice proper meals and 1 snack or whatever. Now, given this background, having said all of this, there was another thing that was not going very well for me, and that's my addiction to sweets. I have a sweet tooth, and I couldn't control myself when I see sweets, whether I require it or not. Any form of jaggery or sugar would suffice, and if I see it, I have to eat it. I would eat more desserts and I would eat less amount of the other foods, and I would say, hey, but I didn't eat other food, I only ate the dessert. But little did I know that dessert is the main problem, right? When all of this was going on for the past 10 to 12 years, whenever I would weigh myself, I found that my weight remained the same. It was for 12 years, and it became boring at one point that I always saw the same weight. And I was wondering if my husband kind of tampered with the weighing machine to show the same weight. And I still believe that. But anyways, so I was tired of seeing the same weight, and I was wondering if I'm being very careful and if I'm leading a very healthy and active life. Why is my weight? Why is it not reflecting on my weight? The one way to look at it is, okay, I've been able to maintain the same weight for the past 12 years. So what's the big idea? That's a good thing. So I need a pat on my back for that. But there was another thought that was running in my mind. With all of this, I should have been able to see some weight loss, which is when I started reading up articles about gut health, inflammation, and all of that. And this was towards the end of 2020, sometime in November, December, when I was on this track trying to find out all kinds of information about gut health and inflammation, is when I met a friend of mine who went through a weight loss program. I saw tremendous changes in this friend. I saw a wonderful transformation in this person. This person also told me that that it was not only easy for him to stick to the program, to stay in the program. He was able to sustain it as well, which means whatever results or whatever benefits he achieved by being a part of the program, he was able to see that even after he stopped being a part of the program. He's just maintaining now, and even in the maintenance phase, he's able to see that. Now, to me, that was a big thing, because I've always seen people yo-yoing. I always see people get into a program, they diligently follow all the rules to the T, they see the results, they are able to shed pounds, and then after 3 or 4 months, or say after 6 months, they balloon up. Now, I didn't want anything like that. I've tried many programs. I don't want to mention the names of the programs because my intention is not to tell what didn't work. My intention is to say what is working. So I'm going to focus on this particular program that I joined. So on to the program now. What is this wonderful program that I was part of? I think I'm still part of it, but I'm doing the maintenance phase. I'm done with being in the program. I'm going to introduce the people behind this, the people who helped me go through this journey. They walked this journey with me, and I'm going to introduce you to them, and they're going to talk about the technicalities of all this program. But before that, let me tell you the overall concept of this program. Maybe that will help you understand why this is different from all the other programs, and why I am so sure and I believe that even after quitting the program, one will not go back and gain the weight that they lost. They will be able to sustain, because here's a simple concept or philosophy of this program. So what is Amara program? I've perked your curiosity enough that it's time to talk about the program itself. I really enjoy being a part of this program. With all the other diet programs that I've tried before, there's always this stress about maintaining a certain fitness routine, going to the gym at a certain time, eating at a certain time, eating only certain food groups, going through a preparation well ahead, and ensuring that I don't break any rules. So the whole process was very stressful. With Amara's program, absolutely no stress. It all seamlessly flows from one phase to another. So this entire program, weight loss program, is what I have chosen. There are many programs where, there is special programs for reversal of chronic illnesses, but I joined or registered myself in a program primarily for weight loss and to promote good gut health and to avoid inflammation or to reduce inflammation. So the program itself is a 12-week long program, and it is divided into 6 phases. Each phase lasts for about 2 weeks. So in other words, I could say the entire thing is for 12 weeks. It's a 12-week program.
and each cycle, there are 6 cycles. Each cycle is for 2 weeks. So the first week, 2 weeks, when you start the program, you're put on a clean eating phase or a detox phase where they remove all the inflammation causing food groups. Once the inflammation causing food groups are removed from your system, then the body becomes clean, and the body is slowly getting rid of all the accumulated toxins and the inflammation. And after this follows all the other phases, which goes like V1, V2, V3, V4, and so on. And each phase lasts for about 2 weeks, and there is a diet plan for every 2 weeks, which keeps changing every 2 weeks, and they help you through that. They put the plan together and they monitor your results on a day-to-day basis. So every day morning, one has to record their weight and post it on the group, and once a week we of course measure ourselves. And so Amara believes that one should also be reducing inches. It's not just about the pounds, it's also about the inches coming off in a gradual manner, as opposed to just dropping down like a rock. So this is about it. So Amara actually puts the program nicely, and it progressively takes you in a step-by-step manner from one phase to another phase. So one starts on a clean eating phase, which is a detox phase with the removal of inflammatory food groups or inflammation causing food groups, and then moves on, and each and every phase the food items are reintroduced into your system. At this point, since your body has gone through the clean eating phase, your body is toxin free, and inflammation levels have also come down. So the minute a food is intolerant, your body picks it up and conveys the message to you in one form or the other. So once you understand that there are certain foods that cause inflammation, you either completely eliminate them from your diet, or if you cannot eliminate them, eat them sparingly. But the nice thing is you are empowered with the knowledge of what is tolerant and what is intolerant to you, right? So when the program is completed, your inflammation has come down, gut health has improved, more good microbes in the gut, and then your weight has also come down. When all of this happens, you feel so healthy inside and outside, and the energy level is just amazing. It just goes through the roof. The energy level is wonderful. Typically, when one embarks on a weight loss program like this, one is always worried about the energy level, because you're eliminating a lot of things and you're not eating what you're comfortable with. So you're not sure how your body will expect this. So there's another thing that I understood. One is about inflammation and gut health and all of that. The other point is the energy level remaining high throughout. And then the third important point is during this entire phase of dieting, I was completely free of cravings. I was not sure how I was going to handle my cravings. Remember earlier on in this video, I told you that I have a sweet tooth and I have sugar cravings, and that was my primary concern when I started this program. And I said, how am I going to be without eating sugar? If I see jaggery or if I see sugar in some form, I have to eat it. And I always feel that, why not I reduce the other foods and I eat more of the dessert? But little did I realize that the dessert is the one which is going to cause the problem anyway. It doesn't matter how much you eat, it's sugar that's going into your system. So I think that's just my way of convincing myself, saying that I'll eat the dessert today, I'll skip the dinner. I'm sure there are many of you in the same boat as I am. And I'm also the type who felt like, if I look at food, I'm going to increase, I'm going to put on weight. Now, all of that changed ever since I started going through this program, and my cravings were controlled. There were absolutely no temptations. And I have the knowledge, and I'm empowered with that knowledge of what is intolerant and what's not. And the other important thing is, I feel food isn't controlling me, I control food. And there's also the other thing, what the brain wants and what the stomach wants. They're two different things. It's often what the brain wants that we go by, and it's not what the stomach wants. Stomach is full, stomach is absolutely fine. I also realized another very, very important thing after I joined this program. At least I can speak for myself. I was eating 50% more than what I normally should. I didn't need all of that stuff. If I eat too much, I now understand that too much of food can be poison. Too much of food can put your system through stress. Reduce your portions. That's all it is. And I learned to do that. And I'm so happy that I'm empowered with that knowledge that I don't have to eat things that are intolerant. I understand what is intolerant very clearly, and I also don't need large portions. I can eat the portion that is right for me, and just not having cravings at all is just making me feel so good. And another thing that I wanted to say, I used to be a migraine sufferer, and till I joined Amara, my narrative was, oh, my dad had migraine or my mom had migraine, and it's hereditary and it passes on from one person to the other. It's in the family, and I just have to find ways to address it and all of that stuff. But now with this program, I figured that since my gut health is fixed and the inflammation is gone, my migraine is also gone. It has completely reduced on a scale of 1 to 10. I would think that the migraine is at a level of 1 or 1.5. I'm going to invite Saravanan and Anne to shed some information on gut health and inflammation, because this is the term I keep hearing again and again, and having some knowledge about this helped me, and I want all the people who are watching this video to get some information on those two terms. So thank you, Saravanan and Anne, for joining me in this video.
Hi.
Could you please share some insights on gut health and inflammation, and how does this impact one's weight, or how does this impact chronic illnesses?
So the question is, what is the relationship with gut health, inflammation, excess weight, and chronic diseases, right? The simple answer to that is this. The gut has to pick up the nutrients from the food that you're eating and distribute it to different parts of the body. If the gut is not doing the job properly, the nutrients are not going to be distributed to different parts of the body, and their function is going to be compromised. That's a simple explanation, but there is also a more complicated explanation. I'll go a little deeper and explain it to you. One of the biggest problems that you have with gut, when you have poor gut health, what happens is the gut becomes more porous. When the gut is more porous, partially digested food can escape into the bloodstream, and immune system can sometimes mistake these food items as invading pathogens and start mounting a immune attack on the food. It thinks the protein in your food to be some invading bacteria, and then it becomes overactive. Hyperactive immune system can cause inflammation. Inflammation can cause obesity, and obesity can cause a whole lot of other chronic diseases.
Hi Shubha, I'm trying to answer your queries. One main question, or one very common question which comes up, is that how much weight we can expect to lose in this program. So answer is that it depends. Okay, it depends on your height normally. Okay, so ideally, if you say, you can lose roughly around 1 BMI per month. When you say 1 BMI per month, it translates to 2.5 kgs if you are around 5 foot tall, and it will be roughly around 4 kgs if you are around 6 foot tall. And in case if you are somewhere in between, like for example, if you are around 5 foot 5 inches, you can expect a loss of around 3 kgs. If you are around 5 foot 7 inches, you can expect around a loss of 3.5 kgs a month. But again, there are a lot of factors which depends on how much of weight loss can happen. In initial months, you may have a faster weight loss, and towards the last 1 month, the weight loss will be slow. But on an average, you can expect a loss of 1 BMI a month. And now comes the question of maintenance. How can you maintain the lost weight. If you have gone through the program, you would have known that we will be trying to isolate the food items which is not suiting you. Okay, and we name it as intolerant food. And the main aim of the program is not just losing weight or not just reversing the metabolic disease. Basically, our idea is to keep the lost weight away and also keep the reversed conditions intact. For this, one important thing is to identify the food items which is not suiting you. So, keeping away from these intolerant food items will help you to maintain the lost weight and maintain the reversed condition. But again, you will not be able to go back to your previous lifestyle in case if you had a lifestyle where you were eating 3 times a day with 2 snacks to junk a lot. Of course, that lifestyle we cannot go back. We will have to go back to something like maintain 2 good meals with a snack, eat within 8 hours, so that we will suggest something like a intermittent fasting. You will have to keep away from the identified intolerant food item, and you will have to maintain a balanced diet of protein, carbohydrate, fat and fiber. In fact, while you are towards the end of the program, we can give you more specific details on how much of protein you have to take depending on your condition, your lifestyle, and how much of carbs you have to take, etc.
The question is, who will this not work well, right? Yeah, there is a particular group of people for whom this doesn't work well. Before I come there, I want to tell you something very interesting. Who this works exceptionally well for. We were very surprised to find that in our data. We didn't expect the answer to the question is going to be like this, but that is what we found. This works exceptionally well for people who are super achievers in their own real life. Let me explain that to you. If I don't give an explanation, it doesn't make sense. We started working with all kind of people, right? There were a subset of people who were executing our instruction exceptionally well. They do exactly what we want them to do. They get a kitchen scale, they measure things, they measure the calorie intake, so on and so forth, right? And these people just don't deviate. It's like a laser beam. They just go zzz, like that and finish stuff. Then we realized most of these people are founders, co-founders, entrepreneurs, and sometimes CXOs. They all come, they take a look at the instruction that we provide them, they read the instruction, they make no fuss, they do not ask for any kind of privileges, they don't want us to give them any special treatment. They take it, they execute it, job is over, they go on with their life. We were surprised. We didn't expect. We thought all these founder types will have, they have their EA, they have this, they have that and all that. These guys are going to be very busy and they're going to find it very difficult to implement it. They will start, they will not finish. That is typically the stereotype that we had, even though I've been an entrepreneur all through my life. Interestingly, not one of them even involved their executive assistant or their secretary into the program. All of them respond personally, talk about it, take control of the situation, understand what we give them, implement it flawlessly. They are personally responsible for everything that they do. These men and women, for them, absolute ownership of the outcome seemed to be a way of life for them. Then when we sit back and think about it, it sort of becomes obvious. These people have been all through their life like that, and that is why eventually by the time they reach their 40s and 50s, they become super achievers. So if we ever come across somebody in their 20s and then we see them executing the program flawlessly, we tell ourselves, hey, this is one youngster who is destined for greatness sometime in his or her life. So that's a subset that executes flawlessly, the founder types, right? Other than the founder types, we have eventually realized that there is another group for whom this works very well. Those are typically people who handle responsible managerial roles in their own individual organizations. The ones who have management skills are the ones who implement this very well. Now to give you an answer for your question, right? Who doesn't execute this well? Again, we got a very interesting answer for that. The people who don't execute this very well usually are the ones who have poor gut health. When people have poor gut health, their neurotransmitters are brain chemicals, right? The brain neurotransmitter levels are pretty bad. They are irritable, they get angry very easily, they get upset very easily. That's one set of people. The other set of people are, so that's a hallmark of serotonin deficiency, right? Then there is another hallmark of serotonin or dopamine deficiency is people are cut off from life, dysthymia, or frank depression and things like that. So the kind of people for whom this program doesn't work are the ones for whom the brain isn't very healthy. The brain isn't very healthy because maybe they have nutrition deficiency, maybe they have poor gut disorder, whatever it is.
I wanted you all to hear directly from Amura, and hence I requested Saravanan and Anne from Amura to be a part of this video. So thank you so much guys for doing that for me. If not for the gentle push from two of my good friends, this thought would have never occurred to my mind. So thank you Supriya and Momo for urging me to do this video. There is nothing much I would like to say, just eat what you like, enjoy what you eat. Just that there is a method to it, and think about your portions. If you want to write to me, feel free to write to me to my email ID, which is mentioned right across the screen. And for those of you who had the same thoughts that I had in mind before I started on this program, and had questions about gut health, inflammation, good gut bacteria, and how they can help you towards having a better mind and body, then do consider this. And it doesn't matter which program you choose, end of day, whichever weight loss program or whichever program you choose to reverse chronic illnesses or to lose weight, it really doesn't matter. Ensure you take lots of good nutritional supplements with the advice of your doctor, because it's very, very, very important. I cannot stress the importance of taking nutritional supplements. It makes a whole lot of difference. It makes a world of a difference. So please ensure you take those. It helps your body cope up with whatever is happening with the release of toxins, your body becoming clean and all of that. And it makes this whole journey a beautiful process. Stay healthy and fit, stay beautiful, because you owe it to yourself. Thank you.